All right, so let's start with the big story that we are tracking on WION at this hour, where a Turkish court has now sentenced dozens of people to life imprisonment due to their involvement in the 2016 failed coup attempt against the incumbent President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's government. Now, the former soldiers who were attached to the Presidential Guard regiment have also been sentenced. Now, a total of 497 defendants had been on trial since 2017 for attempting to seize the military headquarters in Ankara. Now, occupying the headquarters of the state broadcaster TRT World, and also for forcing a television presenter to read out a statement on behalf of the coup plotters. The massive trial is one of the hundreds of trials against the suspected members of a network which was led by the US-based cleric Fethullah Gulen. Now, Ankara has accused Fethullah Gulen of orchestrating the failed coup attempt. Now, Gulen, who is a former Erdogan ally, has denied the accusations. Now, the Turkish government has designated Gulen's network as a terror organization, and another claim that he has denied. The court has sentenced nearly about 32 defendants to life, including 6 who have received aggravated life terms without the possibility of parole.
Darbeye kalkışan komutanların tamamı ağırlaştırılmış müebbet ve müebbet hapis cezaları aldılar. Ben buradan şunu söylemek istiyorum. Darbe hevesleri lütfen bu dosyaları incelesinler. Bu dosyaları izlesinler. Bu darbe hevesleri günümüzde de ortaya çıkmaya başladı. Onlara da bu davalar ibret olsun. Bunlar aslında bizim ceza kanunumuzda olan cezaların en fazlası verildi. Daha üstü yok. İdam olsaydı idam verilecek.
Now, remember, on the 15th of July, back in the year 2016, factions within the Turkish military had used tanks, warplanes and helicopters in an attempt to try and overthrow Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The fighter jets had also bombed parliament and other spots within Turkey's capital. A total of 251 people had lost their lives, and as many as about 2,200 others had been wounded, and around 35 alleged coup plotters were also killed. All right, now to give us more perspective in terms of the trial that is presently taking place, we are joined in by Ömer Anas, who is an assistant professor at Ankara, who is joining us live. Mr. Anas, thank you very much indeed, sir, for joining us in this broadcast on WION. Now, this is a trial which we are given to understand is concluded, and some of the soldiers who took part in the coup against Recep Tayyip Erdogan have now been sentenced. What more do we know about this?
Thank you very much for having me here. I would like to give you a small background of such events, and I think that this kind of letters which has been sent by the retired generals, and this is very sensitive issue in Turkey because Turkey has seen many military coup and many soft coup, and the military interventions in the national politics has been very much dominant for a long time, and especially from the time of 1982 coup, the military institutions had been dominating the civilian institutions, including the Security Council, which was, after a long time, was civilianized by the government of Recep Tayyip Erdogan. So this kind of letter has sent a shock of fear and many other feelings. So a lot of insecurity in the government circle, as they are still trying to figure out who is actually behind this kind of movement. So I think that the government is still looking for that.
Professor Anas, if I can just interject here, the question I want to ask you is, by cracking down on those elements that took part in this coup in 2016, has Recep Tayyip Erdogan now succeeded, let's say, in stamping out in any kind of opposition that the military could have presented to his presidentship?
I would say that President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has not yet succeeded in trumping down the entire opposition, because the opposition is still maintaining a huge 35% vote in all elections after the 2016 coup. And the huge presence of the opposition party in the parliament is an indication that the opposition parties are maintaining a strong presence. And the opposition is still, in terms of elections in Istanbul and Ankara municipality, we can say that the popularity of Recep Tayyip Erdogan has indeed gone down. So that is what is making President Erdogan much more fearful of such letters coming from military side.
All right, now at this point of time, is it that you're suggesting that the military within Turkey is not completely happy with Erdogan? Is that what you mean?
I would say that the situation is much trickier for me for two reasons. Number one, in the Turkish military, there are two schools. One which are very strong supporters of Western ties, especially with NATO countries. And there are another school of thought which is very close to Eurasian perspective. So I think that Recep Tayyip Erdogan has been strongly supported by the military generals who were advocating for stronger ties with Russia and China. And from this point of view, what I say is that there are many pro-Western military generals who may not be happy with this kind of rapprochement between Turkey, Russia, and China. So,
right.
That's why they are looking this entire movement from a very international perspective as well.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Professor Umar Anas, for joining us and getting us all those insights there. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.